Let me run a hypothetical by you. The Trump campaign paid a Russian firm to hack into the DNC, steal Hillary Clinton's emails, etc., and then make a big press barrage about the emails on Facebook to the 44 million people whose private data Facebook illegally provided to the Russian firm, the aforementioned Russian firm, paid by the Trump campaign. Is that possible? That's where I would say that's where the arrows are pointing. I mean, the only reason we're not hearing more announcements and shit is because there's an election 82 days away, or something like that. So, damn, I gotta turn that down or I'm gonna get copyrighted. Sorry. So, if that's true, and it's just a hypothetical at this point, but there's a lot of arrows pointing in that direction because the 16 Russians that have already been indicted by the Mueller investigation, Trump went over to Russia and just basically laid down in front of Putin and gave him everything he wanted. That was very suspicious. And he won't say anything negative about him, like Putin's got all kinds of dirt on him. He probably does. Because Trump's a con man, and so lots of people in powerful positions can pull back the layers of that onion and see what he really is. And I'm sure Putin has proof of that in one form or another. So, that's very suspicious to begin with. Now today he's ripping security clearance away from John Brennan and Michael Hayden and something like 9 other people. Was it Condoleezza Rice? No, it was anyway. Sure looks like political retribution to me. And if any of this hypothetical scenario is true, we've got a serious problem in our democracy because the executive branch is in power and the Justice Department is going to be at odds with them. And then what happens with Sessions as the Attorney General? And what happens with the Supreme Court, given any disputes that happen during this, what is likely to be an internal conflict in our government? Any disputes would be resolved by the Supreme Court, right? Well, guess who just stuck to ultra conservatives on the Supreme Court? Trump. And why did he get to do 2? Because Obama was robbed by McConnell with more than a year left in his term. McConnell made some argument that he couldn't nominate a judge to the court, which was horse shit. He'd been in there 7 years. He sure shit deserved to nominate one. But no, the Republicans fucked him. And so now Trump gets to nominate 2. Motherfuckers. Okay, so all of these disputes go up to a court that has now been stacked There's trouble on the horizon, y'all. I see a bad moon rising. And there's not going to be any big announcements until after the election, because any announcements about collusion and indictments and, illegality on the part of people currently in power, you get it? That's not going to happen until after the election, or else the Republicans will scream, you did this to sway the voters right before an election. So I think to avoid that, Mueller and company are not going to come out with their big revelations until, like maybe Thanksgiving or Christmas time. I doubt they'll wait till the new year, but sometime in there, I would say late November to all the way up to the new year, somewhere in there, they're going to come up with these. Mueller's going to have it all wrapped up. The Manafort trial is finishing up like tomorrow, and assuming he flips, and I think most of us, if he's guilty, most of us believe he's going to flip. And then it's all over, kids. The dominoes fall from there. If not, if he's found not guilty, then Mueller's got to play with the cards he's got. He's already got 4 people from the campaign that flipped, saved their own hide. And now the big wild card, Omarosa, coming out with all her, revelations, and who knows how much is true and how much isn't, because she lies every chance she can get, and everybody knows it. But if she's got half of what she says she's got, Trump's in deep shit already without the Justice Department at all. Because his base is going to be real surprised at some of the things he may have said on tape. Then again, grab him by the pussy didn't seem to bother these Christians that voted for him. I mean, listening to people rationalize that was hilarious. Wow, he's very famous, rich and wealthy man. He's got a different lifestyle. These are Christians telling me this. Lovely. So, anyway, I drift. Yes, it's not a dream. The idiocracy is real. He is, in fact, in power. And I don't think he's going to give it up without a fight. We'll see. It's a dramatic time. Interested in your comments, since no one is listening. And maybe one day, some bored kid 2 generations from now is digging through old videos and shit, comes across this and goes, wow, that was really prescient. He was right on that one. Because that's the only way anybody's ever going to see this. All right. Fun talking. Trump's a dirty con man and criminal. Even Melania wants to run away from him. You can see it. Her skin's crawling every time she's near him. She's like, hey, stop it. That's what her emotional vibe is. Like, it's horrible. Lord Commander Marmalade, according to Trey Crowder. I love that name. The Marmalade, I mean, not Trey. Freaks. Long leaf tobacco is all this is, y'all. There's no filter, so it'll kick you in the ass. Yep, I think it went like that. They paid the Russians. Russians went and did a whole bunch of illegal shit. And first, it's illegal to even collude with them, to work with them in our election process, let alone breaking all the FCC laws by giving private user data. Facebook, you've seen their stock drop, or their market capitalization drop by 120 billion recently. What do you think they're factoring into that? The fact that Facebook is damn well ought to get a huge fine from the FCC for what they did. And who knows how big that was going to be. It's supposed to be $40,000 per user, which would break Facebook. So that's all to come. But the fact that they were paid by the Trump campaign is collusion in and of itself. And I think that's what's going to come out. And then what? We have an entire executive branch administration that shouldn't have ever been in power because the election was distorted by collusion between a campaign and a foreign enemy. And like, we've never had it. It's unprecedented. We've never had anything like this in the history of America. What now? It's an exciting time. Stay tuned, all 0 of you, and you will be amazed at the outcome of this whole rigmarole. Have fun.